Does XRP represent the last strategic backup asset? A lot of people say Bitcoin is the easiest form of payment, but no one seems to say why. They only look at inherent qualities and don't go any further. Okay, I'm here to give you that story. As a strategic reserve asset, XRP is better than Bitcoin. I'll explain why in this film. I'll look at the facts, bust the myths, and for those who like a good plot twist, tell you about a crazy plot about how XRP might just win the crown. Hold on tight. I've been buying and selling crypto successfully for more than 380 days and have made money every month. People who follow my deals have made over $29,000 in the last 90 days just by doing what I do. Would you like to see my history stats? You can start copying my trades for free right now by clicking the main link in my personal description. This is a message that you should not miss. Okay, let's start right away. I think this will just be interesting for you. The idea for this movie came from a discussion I had with some Bitcoin fans. The question is whether Bitcoin or XRP is a better strategic reserve currency. Hearing the Bitcoiners' reasons about why they think Bitcoin is advanced for this purpose was especially interesting. The main thing they said was that Bitcoin was made to be a strategic reserve currency. Because of this, it's the only coin that has the properties needed. I stopped to think about what was said. Really? Is that what makes Bitcoin different from XRP? They've got it all wrong, as you might see when you take it apart. Bitcoin wasn't made to be a strategic backup asset in the first place. Satoshi Nakamoto's original idea for Bitcoin was for it to be a peer-to-peer price network that would let people trade with each other without a central authority. People should not downplay how innovative that was. Bitcoin changed the way the cryptocurrency movement began. It was a big step forward, even though it wasn't the fastest or greenest method. But here's the thing, a lot of people who support Bitcoin these days say that it is like digital gold, which is meant to store wealth and keep costs low. But that's not where it all began. Bitcoin was first a place to send and receive money, not a safe. So if we look more closely at the differences between Bitcoin and XRP, we might find that the debate over which is the better strategic reserve asset isn't as clear-cut as some people might think. Bitcoin was never meant to be a form of virtual gold. It was clean after Satoshi's white paper. Bitcoin was created as a peer-to-peer payment method to get rid of banks and give people real decentralized money. Now, some Bitcoiners have changed the story and are pushing the exciting new idea that Bitcoin is a store of value. Even Jack Dorsey has said that Bitcoin will fail as a tool if it is only used to store fees. Let's be honest, there is no real value in this new fake gold label. It's just a marketing trick. It goes against Satoshi's creative and foresighted ideas right away. Bitcoin was said to be going to change the way payments are made, not just sit in vaults doing nothing while banks raise interest rates. In a strange twist, the same Bitcoin supporters who call XRP a banker coin are now changing the name of Bitcoin to fit the very thing it was made to upset. The case that Bitcoin could be a strategic reserve asset falls apart when you understand that's not what it was created to be. Now for the big surprise. If you look at the basics, Bitcoin and XRP aren't that different from each other. The only difference is that XRP might be better as a reserve currency. Why? Yes, Bitcoin does have a capped deliver, which is great for stopping growth. However, XRP goes one step further. It makes prices go down. In the long run, XRP may be a better choice than Bitcoin if you're really after this reserve asset dream. When it comes to the economics of cryptocurrencies, XRP is a better choice than Bitcoin as a possible backup asset. Let's break it down. What's the plan here? You can put Bitcoin in a safe place and leave it there, or you can use it to get an edge in the changing economy. The truth is that Bitcoin isn't always being improved to be more useful to more people. A big part of its vibe stays the same. At the same time, XRP is making progress, and Ripple is working with major banks, governments, and other important organizations to create real worldwide uses for the XRP ledger. Putting things from a tokenomic point of view makes a difference. As a reserve currency, Bitcoin is not better than XRP. And when it comes to skills, Bitcoin's community falls apart quickly. It's no longer made to be flexible. On the other hand, the XRP system is very active and being used in many different ways. In terms of strategic assets, one blockchain is not better than the other, but XRP is clearly ahead in terms of capabilities and new ideas. The best part is freedom. A lot of people say that Bitcoin is more open than XRP. There is a strong case that the XRP ledger is actually more open, though, if you look into it more. That's something to look into, but let's save it for later. Common complaint from people who are very strict about Bitcoin is that Ripple holds too much XRP. But here's the catch. They don't understand why this will almost certainly be good. I'll say more about that in a moment. Finally, let's remember this. If Bitcoin had been picked as a reserve asset, the US would not have had control over the carry. Yes, it is possible to keep a lot of money, but I'm not going to become a Bitcoin whale. Even if they do stack enough Bitcoin to reach 1 billion, can they be sure of it? Let's get real. Will they ever catch as many fish as Michael Saylor? And what about Satoshi, the strange person or thing with no face? Who can be everyone? Someone smart, someone in the know, or even the Chinese government? Are they actually going to let someone who they don't know keep the most Bitcoin, the thing they need as a backup plan? Think about saying we have the second largest keeping, but the top holder. I have no idea who that is. There's a lot at risk there. In that case, how can the US let that happen if Bitcoin becomes a key backup asset, especially for someone like Trump? To be the biggest whale in the sky, he would have to rule. You can't do that, though, since the person with the most is probably your biggest foe. But this is where the weakness is. Bitcoin's role as a strategic reserve is in danger because many people don't know who Satoshi is. Let us now look. Ripple does hold an unusually large amount of XRP, but at least we know who they are. It's clear that it's an American business with clear players. It's a black hole with Satoshi. It could be the CCP, it could be someone else. Everyone knows who Ripple is, but there's a much stronger reason behind their wish. Certain amounts of XRP have been given out, but Ripple still controls a large amount of it for this reason. That changes the game. If the US wanted to keep a strategic backup asset that they could keep in much larger amounts than other people in the community, XRP would be the clear choice. Why? Because Ripple has such a large reserve, a huge release can be made without having a big effect on the price of XRP. Take a look. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, has said that the company wants to make XRP a virtual reserve currency. If this has been their goal from the start, wouldn't it make sense for Ripple to make sure America gets its share? How else could you make a global virtual reserve asset if not with the help of the world's biggest economy? This is the interesting part. Has a piece of Ripple's trust already been given to the US government? We know that Ripple has given out tokens before. Famous people like Greg Kidd got one. It sounds like the US already has some XRP. I think so. Ripple has always been 15 steps ahead, and if they want to work with institutions and countries, it might not be a tough choice to make sure the US is on board. There has never been a Ripple